We are live. All right. Hey, have any of you ever had bill collectors call? Aren't they annoying? I can say way back in the long ago, I did have bill collectors calling me, and at first I didn't know how to handle it, and probably made it worse for myself by taking the wrong approach. But now I've learned over the years, and I can handle it a lot better. Now I keep the bills paid, and it's no longer an issue. But way back, it was a different story. Just getting the rent paid and keeping gas in the car and food for me was a miracle, much less paying any bills. It was hard times for sure, I can tell you that. It was hard times. And way back, I'd say in the late 90s, early 2000s, you're not used to it. They're calling you for the first time. They get this big aggressive tone on the phone with you, and it's too easy to take the wrong attitude with them. You could take a very defeatist or passive attitude and be like, money's really bad for me right now, and I'd like to pay it, but I just can't pay it right now. And then, well, yeah, you're gonna pay your bill, we're gonna credit rating and whatever. So after enough time goes by, and you get tired of hearing this, and say, yeah, you'll get it when I get it, and I don't know when I'm gonna get it, so I don't know when you're gonna get it. Then you have things you can say like, I can only please one person a day, and today's not your day. And tomorrow's not looking too good either. Well, one way to solve the bill problem is to, call their bluff. Okay, go on, do whatever you're going to do. I dare you to do it. And then might turn in for collections. And hey, in 7 years, it'll fall off your credit report. No problem if you got 7 years to wait. But if you want to avoid the problem, first of all, number one, don't let the bills get overdue. And if you do, here's something I've learned over the years. If you are getting calls from bill collectors, and you have to do this correctly from the start, you never admit the debt is yours. And say, are you such and such name, and this is your phone number and your address and your social security number and your date of birth? Yeah? Is this your bill? I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard of that company. I don't know anything about a bill from that company. Like there's a lot of YouTube videos about it, but they'll say specific words like, I do not acknowledge the debt. I am in no way responsible for this debt, things like that. Look it up this more YouTube research, and you'll see what I mean. But if you do anything, if a bill collector is calling you and you say, yes, this is my debt, bing, right from there, the 7-year clock begins. And for 7 years, it can be on your credit report. And even if you make any kind of a payment at all, make 1 penny, well, 7-year clock begins. You might go for 3 years and think, okay, well, I'll make a deal with them for part of the payment and it'll be over with. No, what they'll do is they'll take their part of that payment and they'll sell the remaining debt to another debt collection agency, and then they start on you. And you made that payment, ding, your 7-year clock begins again. So best thing to do is stonewall. I don't know anything about this debt. I don't know who made it. I never heard of that company. I never charged this thing. Whatever. No. The first time I lived in California, one of my neighbors apparently had rented a bunch of furniture from the local rent-a-center, and every day for a couple of months, they'd be over there knocking on his door. And the window of my bedroom was near his door, and I could look out my window and see, yeah, they're knocking on his door again. And I always wanted to go out there and tell him, hey, he's in there. He's just not answering the door. He was some big, huge, fat guy, too. So I don't think they would have wanted that furniture back anyhow. But anyhow, bill collectors, let's try to put yourself in their shoes and see it from their point of view. What happened is some bill collection company bought your bad debt for pennies on the dollar. And whatever you pay them isn't going to go to the company you originally had the debt through. The money you pay them goes to them to recover the money they spent buying your debt, and the rest of it makes them rich. So you're throwing money away by paying anything to a bill collector. Hey, not your bill. I don't owe you nothing. I owe some company is who I owe the money to. I don't owe you, the bill collector, anything. And let me think here for a minute. Yeah, they would always get in the phone. This is way back years ago for me now. We're talking 15 plus years ago. And say, "Oh, you, don't pay your rent. Take that money and send it to us." Okay, well, I don't pay my rent. I'll be sitting out on the sidewalk. Do you know this? Yeah, you'll be on the sidewalk because you paid your bill. Like, be a man, pay your bill. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have a lot of fun being a man sitting on the sidewalk in the middle of winter, but I paid the bill to you. You think I should do that? Yeah, you should do that. Well, I'm not gonna do it. After a while, I started to learn things. I started having fun with these bill collectors. I just played dumb with them, or they would start giving me their speech, and I would go off onto some random conversation. I'm playing World of Warcraft today. Got my level 31 dwarf hunter doing this, doing that, and way back when one of my best moments ever. I had one bill that had been overdue for a long time, and it was never going to get paid. And this one guy would call me up every few weeks, and we'd have the same conversation for about a half an hour straight. He was just talking about, he would listen. I would just talk about random things just to keep him on the phone, just to mess with him. And I actually told him it was about a week or so before I was going to leave my apartment and move to Los Angeles the first time. I told him on the phone, I said, "I'm going to tell you this just so you know. I'm going to be leaving this area soon, and you won't be able to get me on this phone number anymore." And he said, "We'll find you." And I said, "Well, maybe you will, and maybe you won't. But even if you do, you still ain't going to get no money." That was good. And the phone call ended, and I never heard from them again. So, little victories in life make things nicer. Looking back, yeah, it would have been easy to avoid these money problems in the first place. But, you make your mistakes, you learn from them, you move on, and hopefully do better. Bill collectors, they make it all about them, It's like you owe them money personally. Like this Joe, the guy calling me on the phone. Did I get $8,000 from Joe? No. I had $8,000, I'm just making up a number, $8,000 from some other company a year or two before, and that debt went to collections, and Joe's company bought this debt for maybe $100. And now Joe is calling me, trying to get me to pay him $8,000. Oh, so you can have $7,900 worth of profit? Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. And the bill collectors themselves, I'm sure they have some kind of a schedule where you have to make so many calls and you have to collect so much money every day. And if you collect more than a certain amount, then you get a bonus. Hey, I'm not interested in paying you a bonus, bill collector. I like to have you not call me anymore and forget the whole thing ever happened. So learn from these things and be more prepared. Do more research on the internet about this too. And the thing is, I can tell you, when a bill collector calls you, you don't know nothing. I think there are specific words you must say, like, I do not acknowledge this debt. I have no knowledge of where this bill came from. I do not admit responsibility for this debt, things like that. And never let them, never pay them a penny in any way, shape, or form, no matter what they say, because you make a payment or you admit the bill is yours, you started the 7-year clock all over again. In 7 years, it'll fall off your credit report if you keep your mouth shut. So that's how you get a better credit score. You wait for things to time out, and hey, the credit score goes up. All right. Almost as good and a whole lot cheaper. So that's my little speech today about bill collectors. I can see things from their point of view, and yeah, maybe I was wrong for getting the bill in the first place, but you're not making things any better by hounding me for money. If I had the money, the bill would have been paid in the first place, wouldn't it? All right, then. So listen, learn, think, review, and research. And please, everyone, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Subscribe especially. I need to build my subscriber base to achieve monetization. Lambert Starr, how you doing there? Am I Clive's little brother? No, I'm not. I've heard different things. I've heard, are you Sean Hannity's little brother? No. I emailed Clive a while back to say, hey, Clive, come on a show with me. He never answered me. I guess you don't want to. Oh, sorry to leave here, Lambert, but I just got done making this video, and I'm about to turn it off right now. But yeah, anyhow, bill collectors, fight the power. Don't let them threaten you. Don't let them get you all worked up mentally, because they get enjoyment from that. And I got my pleasure from keeping them from being happy. Yeah, financial credit scores are an American invention. Yeah, the whole credit scoring system, there's good and there's bad to it. And for a long time, many, many years, I thought, well, I can get no money for a new car. I ain't got no money to buy a house. What do I care? Well, eventually you do want to get something. And they say, oh, you have all these bills you never paid. You have a 500 credit score. Probably not, is their answer. So, live and learn. All right, well, that's all I have to say for right now. I can think of more to talk about, rant on bill collectors for, but you get the idea. I know they're trying to get their bill and make their paycheck, but that's not my problem. What is it they say? Your problem is not my emergency, something like that. All right, well, that's all for this one right here. Please hit that subscribe button. I see that about 40% of the people viewing my videos are not subscribers. Let's get more subscribers. Tell other people. Tell people you don't like to come to this channel. Let's get more subscribers here and build this up here. Get my numbers up. Thanks. And it's free here too.